Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Regina Sunshine, coming to you live from the Regina Sunshine Show here in Douglasville, Georgia at Regina Sunshine Global Network. If you know anything about Regina Sunshine Global Network and what happened this past weekend, you know I'm still exhausted. I'm still tired. But we're going to have a great show, and I'm so excited to have, for the first time on this show, our special guest co-host, one of our 2018 Young Boss honorees. Welcome, Christian Robinson.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Christian Robinson, also known as Kindafy, Kindafye. I am a entertainer. I act, model, drum, perform. I do anything that I have to do to entertain myself and entertain others. I motivate through everything I do, and I promote success and finding your inner self through my clothing brand, Fi Apparel. Find your element, where you find your passions in life, find everything you want to do, and just go for it. And once you find your success, you just keep going and let God show you the way.
He was ready. We have a lot of people coming here and they ain't ready, but Christian was ready. I like that. First of all, I love the glasses.
I
need
it.
some of those in my life, and I was watching. I plan to start a glass line, a sunglass. Like I love glasses. I'm always anyway. But thank you for being here. Shout out to your mama in the audience, supporting as always.
Hey, Ma.
Tell them who your mama is. Tell you who.
My mother is Butta B. Rocka. She is a international singer songwriter. She has her own nonprofit organization, Artists Rock the Mic, who on December 26th, actually, I will be participating in her foundation, where she's now collecting coats she's going to give out to the homeless. Also, she has her own shade line. I can't show it.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know. I didn't get no glasses.
Both of y'all in the shade.
I didn't get no glasses.
Yeah, that's coming soon. She has her own shade line, Shades of Butter. Can't reveal it yet. Lastly, she has her own book coming out, Fear of Failure.
I saw that. So we have to get Mama on the show to interview her. In fact, if this last guest don't show up, then you get to interview your mother. What you think about that?
Cool beans.
Mama, get ready. We always say when you walk through these doors, be ready for anything. Anything can happen in this space.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in. As I mentioned before, this past Saturday was Regina Sunshine Curvy and Confident Empowerment Awards, along with our 4th annual Awesome Girl Awards. We honored 6 amazing girls and 10 amazing women. It was a great event. And I'm going to do a separate live later where I just thank some people and go through all that. But I have to mention this. At the end of my award show, Representative Kimberly Alexander from District 66 in Georgia presented me with this resolution from the Georgia House of Representatives. Didn't know anything about it. I boo-hoo cried. I almost cried both of my lashes off in recognition of my work in the community, and I was blown away. You see that? It's got my name on it. You see that? Regina? I mean, I'm just, every time So that happened on Saturday. Again, a big shout out to Representative Kimberly Alexander. Thank you. And one of the things that was so special to me is she mentioned that I'm a North Carolina A&T Aggie, and that's big, especially since we won the MEAC this past Saturday, beating our rivals, North Carolina Central out of Durham. We're sorry, Eagles. It just wasn't y'all's year. So it was special. I shared it all. Of course, the A&T Aggies were excited to hear that they were mentioned in the resolution. So we'll get that framed so I won't keep carrying it around like that and potentially mess it up, right, y'all? I'm thinking about even this water cup seems a little too close right here. But that did happen this past Saturday. I do want to mention the shows that we have out here at Regina Sunshine Global Network. Today is kind of a short day. We only have 2 shows today. This morning we started with Sunflowers in Motion. It's our live line dance show. You might want to come out and dance with her, because we're trying to get like some people just to come and be like guest dance people for the day. Cool. But it's a line dance show where you do some everything from the cubic shuffle to some stuff I have never heard of in my life. What was that today? The Chinese what? Chinese something. Chinese checkers. There are hundreds and hundreds of line dances. Of course, in our community, we do about 4 or 5, and that's about it. But there were 2 today I'd never heard of. So, but every second and fourth, normally second and fourth Mondays at 10 o'clock, we have the live line dance show. And then, of course, my show at 12. Second Mondays we have Focus Forward with Robin, where it's all about focusing forward out of the pits of life, those negative things that try and hold you back. How do you get up? And this show, which y'all should come out for one. Normally at 7 o'clock on Mondays, we have a live game show here called Team Bride Tribe. Our guest producer for today, Michelle English, is actually one of the owners of Team Bride Tribe. And the question is, which tribe knows their bride the best? So what happens is, you have a bride, and she brings 4 tribe members, family members, friends, whoever, that she thinks knows her, right? Then another bride does the same thing. So then like a Family Feud type face-off, they answer questions and see which ones can match their bride's questions. So it ends up being really fun. Yeah. And then at the end, we line dance. We call it the reception. So we dance. And our host is actually Jason J. Boy Carey from IBNX Radio. And he does an amazing job of keeping everybody laughing and into the game. But we're actually taking a night off. But we'll be back next Monday. Couples night. It's the couples edition. We've got a special edition with married couples facing off against each other, which should be, that was really, we did it one time before. That's probably the funnest show we've had, the married couples facing off. So we'll do that again. What is that, the 26th? At 7 o'clock. And I have to say this, it's free food. Marco's Pizza is the sponsor. So you come here, you get free food on a Monday night. Eat all the pizza you can hold.
Hawaiian pizza from Marco's.
Yes.
Can't nothing beat it.
So that's a major sponsorship, right? I keep telling them, y'all, it's a major sponsor. Because I have to say this, not only do they feed us, but they allow Team Bride Tribe to put banners in their stores. And put, you know, the little coupons that go on the top of your pizza box? They're going to be Team Bride Tribe flyers. That's a dope sponsorship.
Awesome,
so,
Marcos.
Shout out to Marco's Pizza. Thank y'all. Like I said, if nothing else, if you don't have supper Monday night, just come through here and eat from 7 to 8 and then go home and enjoy the rest of your night. So that's it. Anything else I'm missing, Michelle? I think that's it. The only announcement I have coming up December the 1st, Bold Lifestyle Awards. My business coach and the founder of Leading Through Living and Bold Favor Media Group, Lanita Mitchell Blackwell, will be having the Bold Lifestyle Awards. I think they got about 15 to 20 people they're honoring. It's going to be an amazing event hosted by Vita Howard from Praise. What is it? Praise 102.5. Yeah. So she's the host for that event. It's always an amazing event. So you can go to leadingthroughliving.com and get tickets. I'll be in the building presenting. I'm actually one of the table sponsors. So, yeah, we're going to be there having a good time. I think that's it.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
December 1st is I'm walking the runway for a fashion show. It is Savvy, the first anniversary fashion extravaganza. So you can go on Eventbrite, search up Savvy, and it will surely pop up. Also, December 8th, I've also been nominated for the ATL's Hottest Awards.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah. In 8 categories, actually.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 8?
Yeah.
8. That's pretty
Normally, you know, if you get 2, you feel lucky. I got 8.
That's pretty dope.
So I'm extremely humbled. December 8th, I'm in the kids category. I know I'm a man. They should put me on the real roster, but in the kids category, December 8th, look on atlshottest.com. Voting just ended.
It just ended?
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing you accepting a bunch of awards.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. 8 categories. I was thinking, I know people who have maybe 3 or 4, like Saga or Tina and some of them, but I don't know anybody that has 8. That's awesome. Well, congratulations in advance. Well, I think that's it. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our first guest of the day with us. Yep. They're already live in studio, and they're ready. Cool Moms Dance 2 will be live here on the Regina Sunshine Show. Regina Sunshine and
Christian Robinson.
Right here at Regina Sunshine Global Network.
Thank you.
you guys? You are back live on the air at Regina Sunshine and Christian Robinson here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And we have our first guest of the day. We want to welcome to the show Cool Moms Dance Too.
Yay, thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Well, please tell let me back up. I'm trying to figure out how we met because can't quite remember how we met or how we got connected.
Maybe at the award show last year we performed.
Bold. You did perform at the Bold Awards last year. Did y'all have a good time?
We did.
Should they come out this year?
Absolutely.
It was a good time. Well, tell our audience, I guess, a little bit about who you are and exactly what you do.
So I'm Kiana Wingfield, also known as Cool Mom Key. This is Serenity Marie and Yara Giselle, and we're the founders of Cool Moms Dance 2. And what we do is, Cool Moms Dance 2 is an organization that we created to help families address their physical and mental health utilizing the power of dance. So we created a 45-minute class where families can come together. The format is hip-hop, and we pretty much do 30 minutes of cardio and then 15 minutes of dance movement therapy programming. And it's really, really dope. The families love it, and we kind of integrate what they like. We play it by ear, and we have kids from 2 to about 16 that come to our classes. So it's a really good time.
Super cool.
Thank you.
So where do you host your classes?
Our current classes are downtown Decatur at Core Dance Studio, but right now we've developed an instructor training certification. So our focus going into the new year is training others to do our classes locally for their communities so that we can expand the people who are actually able to attend classes.
Awesome. Well, so you say you started this to address, physical and mental health for families.
Yeah.
But what gave you the idea for the family to do it together?
Well, it actually came from something pretty heavy. In 2013, we lost Dad, and it was a really tough time for us. And we tried our best to manage our time and manage kind of interacting with one another, but we wasn't really doing a good job. So I enrolled them in dance. They were having a good time dancing, and one day we decided to dance together at home. I actually have the video of it. It's hilarious. And at the end of that video, we kind of hung out. I was burnt out, tired, exhausted, realized I needed to work out and wasn't getting that in enough. And Yara came to me and she talked to me about a bully that she had at school. And it had been going on for a while, and it was interesting that she had not expressed that prior to that moment. It was almost like dance had became a way for us to bond, and that became our engagement. So from that point, we continued to dance together, and then after a while, I'm like, there's a lot of other parents. Everyone's moving so fast. Engagement is kind of down. I mean, on average, an average family spends about 36 minutes together engaging daily.
36
really,
minutes?
That's not a lot at all.
But you have to think about what engagement means. It's different from cooking dinner if you're not cooking together. It's different from driving if you're not talking about your day. We're pretty much in the hustle and bustle of life and not realizing we're genuinely not engaging. What's going on with their day outside of what's going on at school? And if it's going on at school, not just your school work, what's going on with you in your internal life? So when we regard engagement, we're talking about really digging into that human being and meeting them on a human level, because before there are children, they're human beings, and they're going through a life experience as well. And we after looking at the data, that's literally a fact. Half of all families spend less than 36 minutes together, and they're barely talking about how to manage their mental or physical health. It's not necessarily a priority. So we're kind of here to help make it fun, to make it a priority, so it doesn't feel like stress.
Wow, you got something.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Cool. I can seriously respect that, because actually, I don't really.
It's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
I don't want to talk too much about my personal stuff, but actually, my parents got divorced, so I can kind of relate to what you're talking about and how your kids aren't really, communicating. Your family's not really being together all that much. So I can respect what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things that was heaviest for me is finding out that my daughter was going through an issue with bullying, and I had no clue. And it was going on for a while. So I felt detached, like I wasn't as present, but instead of beating myself up about it, I just utilized a tool that was helping me get to my goal, which is finding out more and engaging more. And from that, I actually had them do a writing assignment to kind of address how they were feeling. Like, if you're not able or feeling comfortable talking about it out loud, maybe you can start writing and engage in that way. And they ended up writing a book called The Bully Police, addressing bullying for kids. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So girls, tell me this. What does it feel like to be on stage dancing with mom?
It's interesting because it's different. When I used to dance in dance class, I would be dancing normally with kids, but now that I'm dancing with my mom, it's more, it's easier. It's just easier.
What about you?
It's kind of stressful.
Kind of stressful? Why is it stressful?
Because most of the time my mom just makes me constantly do the steps over and over again.
It's the practice part of it.
Practice makes perfect.
Well, you know, she just wants you to be excellent, especially if you're going to be out in front of other people. She wants you to look good. That's awesome. So the book, do you guys have the book with you? Anybody bring a book with you?
No, we don't.
No, but people can buy it on Amazon, and the book is basically about a little girl that was being bullied, and then there's this bully police that steps in and helps. She's basically like a counselor to help the girl that's being bullied and the person that is bullying.
So your mother mentioned that you were having an issue with being bullied at school. Did writing the book help you in your own situation?
Yeah, because I could understand that it's not necessarily a good thing to be bullied, but you can understand where the bully's coming from because stuff could be happening at home.
Oh, that's so smart at your age. Because so often we react, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the video. We need to find that. There was a video on Facebook of a gentleman whose son was being bullied. And so he went to school and to have a conversation with the bully, but it wasn't what most people would expect.
Right.
He reached out to him and said, what's going on in your life? What's happening? He became this young man's mentor. And he said, because he recognized immediately something's wrong here.
Right, exactly.
And changed the whole situation. So now his little boy and the bully are best friends.
Very
So
cool.
he turned the whole situation around by being concerned about someone else's child.
Exactly.
And not just his own, which I thought was amazing.
And I think that's probably the thing that I got the most out of this process of them writing that book as well. And all of it came full circle because it helps us have dialogue at home. You know, you learn how to be more empathetic with people when you look at things from other people's perspective instead of being a victim. Granted, this is not to shame those who are being bullied because that's a serious matter as well, but just kind of putting yourself in someone's shoes, saying there may be someone or something that the bully is engaging with that's making them feel bad, and maybe having that open dialogue with them may help them be able to address their issues so we can address the bigger issue, because if they're not bullying you, they're bullying someone else. So where's their outlet as well, and can you be honest and express what you feel about that? So I thought it was really dope, the fact that they came up with that concept and expanded into a book, because it's definitely been helpful.
Yeah, it's super cool.
So you dancers, you're authors.
Yeah.
You know, do you think you'll write another book?
Yeah.
I want to. I might.
You want to write so tell us what you want to write about.
I don't even know. Probably gymnastics, because I like doing gymnastics.
I love that. I love that. The great thing about them writing a book so early is now it's just another activity to engage in.
Exactly.
You know, so they know they can. So I love that. And you rose your hand too. What else you want to write about?
I want to write about confidence.
Nice.
Because lots of people have trouble with confidence, and I used to have trouble with confidence myself. So I just want to write about that and how you can build it.
Well, you know, we may have a project for you. We've launched. You know, we just had the Awesome Girl Awards on Saturday, and so I've launched the Awesome Girl Project, and we're doing a compilation book where we give girls aged 5 to 17 an opportunity to be a part of the book, and you get to write a chapter on why you think you're an awesome girl, and 5 affirmations that you want to share with other girls.
Nice.
So we might have to talk out about you
that's
guys
awesome.
being part of the Awesome Girl Project.
That's
What y'all
awesome.
think about that?
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. So in the class, the class itself, is it a family class that families come together and take?
Exactly. So when you hear the name Cool Moms Dance 2, you automatically think it's a class for moms.
Yeah.
But we integrate dads. You know, if you are a caregiver, you don't necessarily have to be a primary parent. There can be anyone who wants to engage with children in the class. But we like to engage on that level. So, yeah, pretty much anyone who would like to attend a class. The thing that makes our class unique, because we have individuals that come that actually are not attached to children sometimes. I think because we have the therapeutic aspect of our class where it, you know, our format is similar to something like Zumba. But what makes it unique is when we're hip hop, that's our base, but it's family friendly hip hop. And then we integrate the dance movement therapy programming, which allows individuals to kind of express themselves. You break the format of following someone and you become the leader of the group in that sense. So,
Very
All
good.
right. So give us a little bit. You see, dance movement therapy.
dance movement therapy is an actual therapeutic practice. We're not therapists, but there was a therapist that helped us design this actual program. So what we call it is dance expression, which is pretty much utilizing the dance movement therapy programs to engage the students. So it could be one of the major things we do is mirroring. So you'll have someone who's in the center and they're the primary focus. We kind of speak about our rules and how we have this circle of trust and how we treat each other, love on each other in this space. And that person will pretty much do their thing. It's everyone's best time because everyone's doing the Fortnite dances. It's just it's turn up time, right? So you have someone in the middle, they're doing that, and we're copying the movement that they're doing to show them we hear you, we see you, we're here for you. So it's kind of like an encouragement, and we have a few different programs that we do
Really cool.
similar to that. Yeah.
That's awesome. We might have to have you
Yeah.
guys come and be guest dancers on
Yes,
our
that'd be
dance
awesome.
show.
For
Yeah.
sure, that'd be awesome.
Did you have anything?
Who comes up with the choreography?
We all do because, like, since I know lots of new dances and new songs, I come up like the different songs and dances that we could do. We all put our input in it, so it's just all of us creating choreography.
Really cool, really cool.
That's pretty awesome. And that's a great question
Yeah.
because in my mind, I'm almost assuming that it's mom, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking
It's all
Yeah.
of us. We pretty much integrate. Well, so what happens is they come with new music and new dance moves, and I kind of vet the music and the dance moves to make sure that it's family appropriate, and we kind of go from there. And I think it makes it interesting because we were talking just recently, and Serenity was mentioning that sometimes when the kids come to class, they may not like it when they first come. They're like, oh, what is this? I'd rather be
Yeah.
home playing a video game. Like, this is lame. But when they actually interact with the class, they like it because we're doing what they're doing at home. We're making it easy enough for the parents to engage, but fun enough for the kids to actually want to be there. So that's what makes it different. Yeah.
Have you thought about, or have you ever, I guess, done a Cool Moms Dance 2 conference or something like that? I think it would be great. You know, then you can bring in people to speak on different topics, somebody on bullying and different things, and they get to dance too, which I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's something that we want to do, especially as we kind of in 2019 bring in our instructor training certification, is have a conference where we can train and educate as well as showcase what it is that we do.
Awesome. Yes.
I was actually thinking about that, like after the class or so, we just sit down around in a circle, have a conference.
Yeah.
I remember
That's
one
cool.
time after a class, you gave out questions for all of us to answer.
Right.
And there are a lot of different answers, and it was really interesting to find out new things about each person.
So what they're talking about, we have our regular 45-minute class, but we've integrated this portion of the class where you can take it a step forward, so a step further. So you have the dance and the fitness and the expression piece, but then to expound upon that, sometimes parents don't know where to go past that point. Like, yeah, we've engaged in class and then we'll go back to our regular dialogue, but how do you really get to know your child on a deeper, more meaningful level? And we kind of take these questions that they can be from what's your favorite food, what would be an ideal destination for you to travel to, what's your deepest fear, what makes you feel inadequate or make you feel like you're not being supported. So we go from kind of a more in-depth, deep place to a lighter, like, hey, you know your child and your parents' likes, because it's not just about us getting to know the kids alone. The kids should know us better and know more about us, because they discover things about us that's important. It helps them develop into better adults because they see the world from a realistic perspective. So I think that that's really cool too, and we're integrating that in 2019.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know, you expand that becomes a whole workshop type.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We tested the model this year, and that's what they're talking about, the test.
Yeah.
I love that, because you know the thing I found, I have a 23-year-old son, and the thing I found is that the more you're available, the more likely they are to come to you.
Right.
Yeah.
They need things. So
This
you
is true.
create those spaces where they know you're available and you're concerned.
Right.
They don't always want to talk right then,
Right.
but you do it enough, then they know that you're there. For me, it was always like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
He knocks on the door. He wants to talk about the meaning of life at 2 a.m. Right, butter? You try to get the sleep out your eyes. Get up, yes, son. Let's talk about it. But that is important, that we are making ourselves available so our children know that we
Absolutely.
care and that
Absolutely.
we're concerned. So dreams, visions for where you want to take this project.
Oh, wow. So, first and foremost, I would like to note that where we've already kind of been and kind of moving forward to where we're trying to go. 2018 has been an incredible year for us. We were a part of Emory University's Business School Start Me Accelerator, and we won $5,000 in that process, and they helped us kind of work on our business and our business model and what we're trying to do with that.
Just pause for a second. You
yeah.
need to say that, because not everybody gets $5,000 for the
Yeah,
business.
and you know what? That was
Yes.
mentor and peer chosen. They felt like our business was something to support within a community, as well as we were adequate to be able to provide our service as where we were. So that was an amazing start of our year. We were finalists in the Enrich Her pitch competition as well, which was an amazing opportunity with Dr. Rashana Novellis. We just finished A3C's Action Summit, which we came in second place, winning $2,500 and pretty much pitching our business in front of major investors and people in the kind of social entrepreneurship and social justice sect, and we went through a 5-day accelerator with them as well, which was amazing. And right now we're currently in the Center for Civic Innovations Fellowship, which is an organization that pretty much incubates businesses and nonprofits that are trying to help address civic and social issues within the city of Atlanta. So that's what we're doing right now. We're in this process for about 6 months, and then they go into a residency, which is kind of like supported by like Sarah Blakely Foundation and things of that nature. And that's pretty much where we want to go. We want to keep taking the incremental steps to building what we have into a sustainable business, where we're bringing in more instructors, people who are interested in the program, expanding our reach as far as getting our program in schools, YMCAs, things of that nature, so that that other people can benefit from what it is that we're doing, that we don't physically have to be there for them to benefit. So that's our goal, is to pretty much expand and continue to build our community of families who want to learn about the program and integrate. And we're building an entrepreneurship section of this, so that those who become instructors, that they can do it with their children the same way we did our model, and teach them
you're
about
franchising.
Exactly.
Yes.
Teach the families and the kids about entrepreneurship on a deeper level, to kind of give the kids a head start and understand what a business is, how the infrastructure works, and using dance as their way to have their first business.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That franchise piece is going to change
Yeah.
everything, because then you're going to be at the house. Somebody's going to be somewhere doing a class or whatever, and you're going to be making money,
Right.
which is going to be awesome. I'm so proud of you guys.
you.
Have y'all enjoyed this year and all the great things that have happened? I am so excited for you guys.
Thank you.
So when you look at what you want the legacy of this business to be, what is that?
Wow. When I think of the legacy of this business, I think when we think of family business, we don't really have a ton of examples, especially in the African American community, that we can pull from, like, off the top of our head. And I want that to be something that people think about, that we that if I could do it, a single mom with 2 daughters, you know, trying to figure out life again, then anybody can do it. I think that that's most important. And something that is a big part of our mission is mental health, because we don't take it seriously and we're losing people. We lost someone due to mental health issues, and being able to put that at the forefront and say, hey, we need to have open dialogue, because we develop these issues sometimes simply because we don't have an outlet and we don't get help early on. So, you know, addressing family integrated, kind of building those soft skills and those transferable skills in youth early, so that they are ahead of the curve and they understand what they're getting themselves into. Our youth are really spending a lot of money on college, and when they get out, majority of people are not doing the work that they went to school for. So, and a lot of that comes from not really knowing yourself, not knowing what you want, or having that heads up, you know what I'm saying? So if we can get them started early, loving on themselves, trying new things, traveling, and you can do that if you have your own business, because if the business is bringing in revenue, you have a way to utilize your funds to kind of build a better life experience. So that's our goal, is to help families have a better life experience, so that we can kind of have happy and healthy individuals moving around.
Very cool.
I love that.
Very
Did you
cool.
have any other questions?
No, but that, you guys remind me a lot of, if you know them, the Instagram dancer King Sway and his mom.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love them.
those two are super cool.
Yeah.
Just a family having fun together.
Yeah, I
That's
love
what it
them.
reminds me of a lot.
Thank you.
Have you guys thought of making online courses like Zumba?
That's what we're doing. So we'll have an online instructor training certification where individuals can get trained online and in person, depending on their preference. But the one thing that we've been working, we actually are talking to some investors now about creating an application where families can kind of watch live videos, either live fitness videos, or they'll have a library of videos that they can kind of go to online.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
And the other piece, because as he's talking, I'm thinking, is creating your own music.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm saying you create your own music. You own the rights to your own music.
Yeah.
So now not only are you selling, you know, the class, you're selling the use of
Yeah.
that music for people as they're
Exactly.
being certified.
Right.
You know, and you got music and music. So
Right.
we know some people that can help you with that if you want to. I'm just saying, put that on the list of things.
Yes.
And that way you own the entire product. There's
Right.
nothing about it that's not yours.
Right, exactly.
And that ends up being, you know, great.
No,
That
that's
residual,
powerful.
you know, that residual is everything.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. So girls, outside of dancing with mom, what are some of the fun things y'all like to do?
I mean, I love dancing. I've been dancing since like 2, but other things I like to do is draw. I love art. It's just a way to get away from me, and I like writing.
You like writing? That's good. What about you?
Yeah.
I like singing.
Oh, don't make us make you
I say,
sing
why
up in
you
here.
being shy?
Don't
a
make us
little
make
bit?
you sing up in here. She said no.
I like singing mostly in the shower though.
Ah!
Shower singing.
Well, I like shower singing too.
Yeah.
I like dressing up.
I can tell that because, you know, not
Yeah.
only do you have the cool shirt on, but you got
The
that
players.
says
Yeah.
it all. That tells us the personality.
I was thinking maybe she potentially think about modeling when she just said that.
Yes. See? Oh, she lit up. See, Christian, you got it. Well, we thank you guys so much
Thank
for being
you
here.
for having us.
Again, tell our audience how they can follow you, even how they can support your efforts, and if they want to purchase the book or you know,
Yes.
sign up for classes, how can they do that?
So you can find us on any social media platform at Cool Moms Dance 2. That's TOO, moms with an S. And our website is coolmomsdance2.com. You can find out more about us, our classes, what we've done, where we're going. Their book, The Bully Police, you can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, any major retailer, The Bully Police. And yeah, we just hope to kind of continue to build our community and engage with you all in any way we possibly can. If you are interested in anything that we said, please email me. You can find us straight through, you know, if you hit me on Facebook, that's probably an easy way to contact me as well. A message on Facebook or Instagram, I respond to those immediately, or you can email me as well. But yeah, we just want to grow our community and constantly get people excited about doing things together and loving on each other in a different way.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to interview his mom. mom, even though she didn't come here for that. And then we're going to bring everybody back and close out the show together.
Sounds good.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Regina Sunshine Show with Regina Sunshine and
Christian Robinson, kind of fine.
here at Regina Sunshine. All right, you guys, you're back live on the air at Regina Sunshine and my guest co-host
Chris Robinson, kind of fine.
here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And we have a surprise guest. You guys should know her face. She has been on the show a couple of times before. First time out here at Regina Sunshine Global Network. But welcome to the show, Butter B. Rocka. Yeah.
Hey, that's my mama right there.
That's his mama right there. So do this. Tell everybody again who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, I am Butterby Rocka. I am an international artist. I'm an author now. I'm a playwright, model. I do a little bit of everything. I have a nonprofit organization called Artists Rock the Mic. And, yeah, I have a new line coming out soon or some other things. So I do a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Christian, you know
Yes.
her better than I do, even though I've interviewed her several times now. And so you know what's coming up. So
Yeah.
what things do you need, do you think we need to talk about that's coming up?
I think we need to talk about this show December 26th. What's
Okay.
going on with Artists Rock the Mic December 26th?
December 26th, we're having our 4th annual Coats and Blankets drive at Cat's Cafe. It's 970 Piedmont Avenue. It starts at 8 to 11. Christian is going to be co-hosting with me.
That's awesome.
And we're going to have him on the drums as well. And to date, we've collected over 500 coats for the college homeless students. So hoping to get even more.
Yeah.
Excited about that. We're still working on the lineup. I'm pretty much full. I have just one other person to confirm, and then I can put the flyer out.
Can you tell us who the performers are? You can't do it!
Oh, man.
Yeah. I must have.
So you've been nominated for the ATL Hottest Awards. What's going on with that?
Yeah, whoop whoop. I'm nominated. I won last year as the hottest female vocalist. I'm nominated again as the hottest female vocalist. So hopefully everybody, put their cast in, their votes and everything, and hopefully I get selected again. That'd be great. But my nonprofit organization, Artists Rock the Mic, is also nominated for the CARE Award.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Mama doing the thing too, huh?
You know, I'm going to tell you, I'm super proud of the boys because both of them, he's nominated in 8 categories. Corey's nominated in 4. I'm nominated in 2. I'm like, okay, this is just a Robinson thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And really, I haven't heard anybody that has 8 nominations.
Me either. Me.
And so I'm blown away.
That's what I said. I
Yeah.
said,
Hopefully, I go there and get 8 awards. That would be pretty dope.
That would be
That
pretty
would be
dope.
dope.
That would be pretty dope. Now, you recently finished your first book.
I did. It's called Fear of Failure, Yet Scared of Not Trying. And I'm super excited about the book. It was a fear to write the book, but it was also therapeutic, and it was something that needed to be done. And it really talks about the trials and tribulations of not only just me in the music industry, but life in general, but how I'm more scared to not try, of the regret than the fear of facing it. So it's like you just got to step out there and just go for it. And I try to instill that in the boys.
I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, I try to instill it in the boys. Like, I'm scared, but I'm so fearless. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna go for everything I want. Like, you get one life, you get one chance, go for it. So.
And see, I tell my son the same thing. Gabe is a mixed martial arts fighter, and by now we had planned for him to have moved to San Diego because there's amazing fight schools out there. But he's a single dad now. He has custody of his son. And he told me a couple weeks ago, he was like, Mom, I know I'm supposed to do this. He said, but, he said, I'm scared. I said, do it scared.
Yep.
I said, pack your baby up. I said,
That's what
I'm
you
sure
do.
everybody in my family thinks I'm crazy. You sitting there. I said, listen, this is one time. I said, you go out to California, get you a really great nanny. I said, and do this thing.
That's
and
when
so
you do
you
it.
got to do it.
Yep.
That's when you do it. That's when you do it. It was the same thing. With the boys, they both, have caught their little bug from being around me, and I take them, every place with me and everything. And then Christian, he was like, I want to be a designer. I want to start my own clothing line. And you know me, I'm all for it. You want to be on drums, whatever you want to do. I'm like, let's go.
Yes.
So, he started coming up with his designs and everything. And then my sister was like, I'll invest in you, but you gotta have a business plan. Like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it for real.
Yes.
And we need to know what it is. And so, we made him come up with his logo. Okay, well, what does it mean? What's your business plan? Who are you trying to market to? I mean, the whole 9 yards. And so I started helping him create his website.
Yeah.
He started adding some stuff to the website. And his bio, he wrote his own bio. Now, I didn't know. And it's kind of like what you was just saying. My son was bullied while he was in school. I had no clue. And eventually, he found his voice, and he was being... You tell him about you being bullied.
Well, I don't really like to speak on it like that, but she would never know how hard, or nobody would really know how hard I took it personally. All through elementary and middle school, I would be bullied about my appearance, my inner character, pretty much, my charisma, how I was as a person, and it didn't make any sense because I knew I was a great person. I'm humble by the heart, all of that. Yet it's like the people that were bullying me didn't see their self, but I saw myself, and that's what they were bullying me about. So I'm wondering why they're looking toward me down when I'm looking toward me up. So I try to push myself to be up and push others to be up as well.
So what did it feel like, Mom, when you find out later on?
When I read it, everything was real cool. I'm loving the shirts. We coming up with all of this stuff. We putting the pictures on there. And then the last thing was his bio. Like I said, I did everything on the website. I didn't read his bio, and he was like, well, you got to edit it. So that was my first time reading it. I actually started crying because I had no clue. And it's crazy. You can be in the same house with somebody, and they close off, and you have no clue. I talk to my boys all the time, try to, what are you doing? What's going on? And some things they just hold to themselves, and I had no clue. So to find out that he took that, and he turned it into a positive and turned it into, it's okay to embrace being you and finding your own element. Of course, that has me super proud.
So, the book. When is the book coming out?
Well, I plan on having the book out before Christmas. I'm waiting on my forwards. I have 3 forwards coming. I'm back in college.
Yes.
So one of my professors is writing me a forward. I think you should get it from the educational side of me because I'm a straight A student.
Yes, I know. I was going to mention that. I was going to mention
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Also, I'm the first black president of the Golden Key High Honor Society, Ashford University, like it's a huge title, and I'm like, whoa, because I went back to school when I was going through a divorce just as a distraction, just to get something, just to do something. And it turned into being like, okay, so now she's the president. So.
Super I was thinking about that just now, that whenever we first met, when you first came on the show, from then till now, school, book, all these projects that you weren't even thinking about.
Let me tell you the way God works. So many things has happened that I didn't even see happening. You know, when I injured my knee overseas, that made the play happen. I didn't know I could write a play. The play went great, you know. So that was the first thing. Then it was like, well, what else can I do? You know what I mean? And then just all these just different things started happening. I've always wanted to write a book. I went over to Hawaii. I ended up being over there on tour for 2 weeks because of the hurricane. So I had more downtime. I'm sitting there out to sea, wrote it. Finished it up, and I mean, I've had to do some rewrites and stuff since, but I got the majority of everything written in those 2 weeks, and I'm excited about that. It's coming out, and then it was like, okay, well, what else? Like my mind right now is the sky. The sky is the limit. No, the sky actually isn't the limit. There is no limit. You know what I mean? So it's like I have some products coming out. I have shades of butter. I wear shades all the time. Everybody always asks me about my shades and where you get them from and all this. So we just received the package over the weekend. So yesterday we was in the house doing a photo shoot because I'm like, oh my God, guys, I got my own shades and I'm like, it's really so many things.
See, and I've been looking at wholesalers and stuff too for my shade line. It's, you know, it's something about being in this creative space.
Absolutely.
Once you tap into that, and it's just like you said, it's like more and more and more. And the great thing with you operating the way you are is your boys see that, and they tap into it.
They tapping into it, and we just taking on up.
Yeah.
Like we taking it. Corey now is working on his line. He's going to be doing athletic gear. You know, he's the football player and track star, so his stuff is geared more towards athletic gear. He got his line coming out. They're working on doing a radio show. They've had 3 offers from people wanting them to come with their network, so I just got to figure out which makes sense for them to do. Like we got a lot of stuff happening.
I was telling her, since I got such a personality, I see myself in this way. I wanted a radio show. She got me the offers. I was telling her that I want to express it to others other than just the clothing line, because it's more than just being a clothing line to me. So now she's actually reached out to somebody who wants to get me
he's gonna be a motivational speaker.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm gonna be. Let me tell you something. A mother will do whatever they need to do for their kid. Especially, you know, I lucked up. I have some really good kids, and they're very respectful. You know, they see me doing what I need to do, you know, to take care of them. And they can't have, there's no excuse for them, because if I can do it, then you can do it. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can't come saying you couldn't get your homework done on it, because you see me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I just got back from a show, had to cook for them, had to do all this stuff, but I still got to get them grades in, and I still got to do this. Yeah. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, what you say? You got a show coming up?
Yeah, I got a show. I have a couple of shows coming up, but my local show is no, I got 2 local shows. December 1st, Decory and Christian will be performing at the Savvy's fashion show anniversary.
Okay.
And I'll be performing. That'll be the second time we doing a show together.
I think it was the first time I got to see you perform live at the Savvy Fashion Show. Yes.
That'll be the first time. That'll be the second time we do a show together. So that's so cool. You know, so that's going to happen. And then December 26th is another show, and that's the Cats Cafe.
Awesome. Well, for those who are tuning in for the first time, I mean, she's an international recording artist. You got to give us something, right, Michelle? Have you ever heard her sing? Oh, so we got new people in the building. You just give us a little something.
Okay. You make my soul a burning fire. You're getting to be my one desire. You're getting to be all that matters to me. Oh, let me tell you, boy, I hope and pray each day I live. That's it.
Oh! I didn't want you to stop. I didn't want you to stop.
Hey, I would have paid for that.
I had to. For those who've never heard her, then and once you hear her, you're a fan. You're automatically a fan. So again, tell our audience how they can follow you and how they can get information on all these great projects you have going on.
You can follow me on all social media at Butterby Rocka. That is BUTTA, B as in boy, ROCKA. Everything. And what was the other question? What was the other thing you said?
Just how they can participate in all the projects you have going on.
And you can participate by contacting me at info@butterbyrocka.com. So, yeah, that's me.
Bam.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring back Cool Moms Dance, too, and we'll close out the show together. You're live with Regina Sunshine and
Christian Robinson, kind of fine.
on the Regina Sunshine Show here at Regina Sunshine Global Network. All right, you guys, you're back live on the air at Regina Sunshine and
Christian Robinson, kind of fine.
here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And we've brought all of our guests back for today. You know, I like to end my show by giving our guests an opportunity to say something positive to encourage our audience. And I'm going to start with our mamas here today because we have two very involved and invested mamas with their babies. So I think this is a great opportunity for you to speak to the parents, because one of the things I do hear from parents is, oh, my kids want to do this or that, but I'm too busy, or, you know, we got all this going in our lives. I guess, what kind of advice can each of you give to parents on how they can balance, or how you balance the things that you do in order to also make sure your children are able to pursue their dreams? And we'll start with you.
I mean, to be honest with you, it is hard for me to balance sometimes because I am overseas and I have my own shows and different things like that. But when I'm not at my shows, I'm always there. I'm helping serve the food for the football team, passing out stuff with the band. Like, you have to be involved in your kids' lives in all matters. And if they are into something, stand behind them.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't know what, like, they used to be involved in so many things. We've tried so many things, but you have to see what's going to stick, what they really are going to like. So let them try different things and see.
Absolutely.
I would have to say the single thing that has been most helpful for me in my journey, and I see in others, is kind of recreating what your perspective is around family. Because for some, we have a conventional way of looking at family, but when you try to fit that mold, it's really hard for you to find any balance, to be honest. But when you can kind of develop your own mission statement and ideology for how your family is going to run, and live by that and teach them those values based on what you all are building together. I think that helps the family kind of work together and be more cohesive when moving forward, because with what we do, it's different if we had a more traditional way of kind of raising our kids, which is, hey, you know, go to school, you may have, you know, practice on Saturday, but you're not really doing it or taking it seriously.
Yeah.
It's just for fun, and then go to college and that's it. What we're doing is kind of immersing ourselves as parents into our kids' lives and showing them that they can be great now. You don't have to wait and figure it out later.
Yeah.
You can be great now. What do you love now? We gonna bump our head, we gonna make mistakes, but let's at least try, work on it, and kind of build around that. So I think what's really helpful is kind of shutting out all the noise around you and really saying, what do we live by? What do we want? Where are we trying to go as a family? And we can kind of pivot as we go along, but at least having that as a constant will allow you to be easy with yourself in the process, because we will beat ourselves up as parents
Yeah.
about what we're not doing, what we are doing. Like, am I doing too much because I'm trying to give them what they need, or am I not doing enough because what I'm trying to do to build their life, I'm not there as much as I would like to be? You got to remember you're a human being.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And if you operate on that ordinance with your kids and say, hey, I'm a human being, you're a human being, we're all doing this together, I'm just guiding you because I've been here a little longer, it kind of softens the process.
Yes.
So that we can love on each other and live in a space of love rather than dictatorship.
Yeah.
I love
So,
that.
yeah.
You know, one of the things that you said that I can echo so much for me is that defining or redefining for each of us what that family looks
Right,
like. Because even, as I mentioned earlier, my son is a mixed martial arts fighter, and some of the things we did, family members didn't understand, right? They don't get it
Yeah.
Right.
because it doesn't look like what they think it's supposed to look like.
Right.
Even from, you know, him graduating from high school a year early and us moving to Atlanta so he could fight. You know, they're like, but he's so smart, he should be a doctor. But that's
Yeah.
not what he wants. He has a passion for this.
Yeah.
And, you know, just going back to that space where and even Christian mentioned earlier, where you find out what it is I want, what are the kids passionate
Yeah.
about? Not, this is the list of careers they gave out at school, pick one.
Yeah.
No. What are they passionate about? What do they love to do
Right.
so they can spend their life doing something they enjoy, create income from it, and then you have a life where you do things every day that you would do for free, and then people pay you for it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful space to be
Absolutely.
in. Next question, and anybody can answer this. One of the challenges, even with my son, we've had this conversation because, you know, we have family business, and sometimes he's working in business with me, and so it's a boss employee type of situation going on, and then we flip back to mama and son and everything. And he says I often confuse the role I'm supposed to be in at that time. How have y'all balanced the relationships amongst the business and everything else? Because that has been the thing where we, you know, that back and forth. So the relationships.
I don't really have a problem with the relationship per se with when I say something. It's when the two of them are coming together, because they're night and day. I mean, their personalities, everything about them are night and day. But that's what's so good about it.
Yeah.
They just got to learn how to balance and hone in on the fact that it's okay to be different, because together they can really become powerful.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
I have to step in and be like, hey, no, we ain't gonna do this.
I like that
That's
because it's family first.
Yeah.
You got to build business, but you got to have. And I had to have that conversation. I said, Gabriel, yes, mama's going to confuse it sometimes. Yes, sometimes I'm going to be out in public and we're at an event and you're thinking you've got your assistant or whatever hat on, and then I start talking to you like we do at the house.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm human, right? So
Yes,
give me
yes.
an opportunity to get it right. What about you guys?
You know what? I think the thing that it's so funny, my goddaughter, I'll give you an example and then I'll kind of go deeper into it. My goddaughter, she works with us on a choreography. So we were all together one weekend and she was being super difficult. Like, she was not cooperating when it came time for us to work there. I'm like, we have a program. Am I doing something wrong? I'm asking her in the softest ways, and I'm like, what's really going on? What's happening? She was hungry. She just wanted to eat. But she didn't articulate that.
Everything. Yes.
But I promise you, it was like a whole meltdown, and I was just like, what am I doing wrong? What is happening? She was like, when we ate, she was just like, hey, everybody, what's going on? So what I learned from that, and I learned about myself, is when, especially to teach the kids, you are going to encounter all types of people with different personalities, different triggers, different ways of operating in life, and you have to be able to be emotionally intelligent and dealing with people, including yourself. Like, know yourself enough to know, I'm a little annoyed right now, but I know time and place. I know where I'm at, and I need to kind of operate a certain way. So one thing that I had to learn is, everyone's different. The three of us, we have totally different personalities. And I'm a little Aggie sometimes. Like, I'm more kind of like straight and narrow. She's like the wild card. And she's like the constant in between all of us. But in that, when we're working together, they'll tell me, like, when did you make this decision without us? Like, no, they will really say that. I've had them say that to me, and I have to respect it as co-owners, because you have the right to say that. At that point, I'm not your mom, and I didn't say that we were going to do this event that I didn't tell you about. You wanted to go to your girlfriend's house, my bad. So I have to humble myself and be real and say, hey, at some point, you have to understand that there's a line of respect in business that you can't cross. It can't be because I'm your mom. I don't really like that. I don't want to do that. I get to be able to express myself. So I think that's really important, of being able to pivot and kind of communicate really well with people. That's something that we're constantly learning, and I think that's a value and a skill that we need just in life, because you are going to meet teachers, people you work with in business, where you're like, I just don't like them. And it's not that they're a nasty person. It's just it's a vibe that you just don't necessarily rock with, but you got to handle your business. So how do you do that if you don't learn to deal with different personalities early on? And that's kind of something that's really...
That food thing was funny. We were at a fashion show once, and my son was so grumpy.
It was a meltdown.
He was so angry, but he was hungry. When he got food, I mean, he was hangry. He was.
Yes,
then it was like
and
when he started eating, it was like he was eating so fast. And I was like, and then once he kind of settled, I was like, oh, he was hungry. So I learned I carry food. I was like, if I need him to work effectively with me, then I need him to be full at all times.
Yep, this is true.
Did you have anything you wanted to add, Christian?
That's funny. That's what I can say.
It's so real, though. You never know. You're thinking, like, it's something psychological. Like, what's going on? I said something the wrong way. No, I'm hungry. Can we eat before we start dancing? I'm like, oh, I can fix that. Come on.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I thank you guys so much for sharing. Before we go, does anybody have anything they want to say? Anything on their heart that maybe you didn't get to say earlier? Girls, anything you want to share?
Don't let anybody limit you from your dreams.
Awesome. I love
Stay
it.
you and always look up.
Awesome. You.
Always be kind.
I was going to say be brave and kind. I'm looking at your shirt. And I love that. I love that. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank
I have
you.
something to add.
Yes.
I look for my first article. I'm writing for the entertainer writer for Impact Magazine, and the first article is December 15th.
Congratulations. You doing the thing.
That's awesome.
Watch out for the Robinsons on the rise.
Yay.
Is that going to be the name of the show?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
That was
I just,
cute, though.
That was cute.
I was like,
that.
yeah.
I like that.
Copyright.
You're right. Get on it.
Well, Christian, you've been awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
Remind
me.
our audience how they can follow you and how they can support
You
your
can find
efforts.
me on all social media at Kindafye, KINDAFYE. Remember the dates I said earlier. December 1st is our Savvy Extravaganza. December 6th is my ATL's hottest.
December 8th.
December 8th, sorry. Be on the lookout. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I do want to mention my sponsors that I didn't mention at the beginning of the show. Big shout out to Lanita Mitchell Blackwell with Leading Through Living Community and Bold Favor Magazine for always supporting everything that I do. Also, Terry Searcy with Studio T if you're looking for a space to hold an event, a listening party, a dance class, any of those things, reach out to Terry Searcy with Studio T. Also, I want to mention some of the sponsors for the other shows because they've been so amazing. For our line dance show, we have Strut by Lintoy Bailey. She is actually a clothing designer, and this particular line is her fitness line. So she's been sponsoring our line dance class, and so she brought gear for the teacher. I got free gear. Our station manager got free gear, which is pretty cool. And then also, of course, Marco's Pizza for everything they do for Team Bride Tribe, because they feed us all on Monday night. They don't just bring pizza, they bring salads and everything as well. So it's a full meal for the family. So again, I do want to mention Team Bride Tribe will not be live tonight at 7. We'll be back next Monday night with our couples edition here live at 7 o'clock at Regina Sunshine Global Network.
Stay fine.
I think that's it. I'll leave you with the words I always leave you with. Remember this: God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. And the only other thing I want to mention again, the Bold Lifestyle Awards, December the 1st here in Douglasville. You can go to Leading Through Living Community and get the details or get your tickets there. That's it. My personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed and keep winning. We're out. Y'all can clap